Okay, so today we are going to do some practice on CSAT questions, and these questions will be displayed to you on the screen. Okay, so there is a time limit that has been set, and automatically transition will happen from the question. So you'll be given some time to respond to your question, and the sooner you come across, a solution to the question, you can type on the chat box, and you can let me know like what is the answer according to you. Okay, on the first question, second question, like that. Okay, after that time frame, the second screen will be shown. Okay, that screen will have this thing like explanation, then we will discuss about the explanation also. Okay, so without wasting much time, let us go ahead and do practice on CSAT questions. Just allow me a minute. So today is 11th of September, and we are going to discuss these questions. So you have around roughly 1.5 minutes to answer this question. So you can just read the question and answer it. After then, I'll be discussing the solution to this question. Okay, Ashit has responded with D. Let us see the response of other people. So in all, you have roughly 1.5 minutes to respond this question. Subhalakshmi has responded with C, means 32. Ardha Shaji responded with A, means 80. Only Gagan is remaining. Gagan, you can also respond so that we can display the solution. Okay, that's all right. Let us see the solution to this question. Okay. So just understanding that you have read the question. The question is the number of parallelograms that can be formed from a set of four parallel lines intersecting another set of four parallel lines. Okay, so they are asking the number of parallelograms that can be formed from a set of four parallel lines intersecting another set of four parallel lines. Okay, is so like they have given option A 18, option B 24, option C 32, and option D 36. Okay, so correct answer is D to this question. Okay, so D is the right answer. It means 36. So let us see. Here they are saying we know that to make a parallelogram, we need minimum two parallel lines vertically and two parallel lines horizontally. It simply means like to make a parallelogram. Okay, so we need two horizontal parallel lines, and similarly we need two vertical parallel lines like that. Okay, so it is a parallelogram. It can be considered as a parallelogram. So this is the thing. This is how we form the parallelogram. So they are saying, just a minute. Okay, but they are saying like we know that to make a parallelogram we need a minimum of two parallel lines vertically and two parallel lines horizontally. So this makes a parallelogram. Now total number of vertical parallel lines that we have is 4, and total number of horizontal parallel lines is 4. Okay, so the thing is we do have some formulas. So one of the formula is formula related to combination, permutation and combination. So the thing is using these parallel lines we need to form parallelogram. So here the formula of combination will be used. So the thing is that NCR is equal to n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. Okay, this is the formula of NCR. So the thing is, if we talk about 4C2, okay, if we talk about 4C2, it means 4 factorial upon 2 factorial into 4 minus 2 factorial. Okay, so 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 factorial. It can be written like this. Then 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So 2 factorial can be cut. 2 factorial is simply 2 into 1. So that 2 can be, cut with this one. So this is the thing. 2 into 3 is 6. Okay. So the thing is 4C2 comes out to be 6. So here what happens? 4C2, okay, 6 into 6. Okay. One 4C2 value is 6. Another 4C2 value is 6. So equal to 36. Okay. That's how. So they have calculated it 4 factorial upon 2 factorial into 4 minus 2 factorial, which is again 2 factorial. So after calculation, it comes out to be 6 into 6, 36. Okay. So this was the solution to this question. Now let us move to the next question. Okay. So again, you have roughly 1.5 minutes to respond to this question. I'll read this question for you. In a school, every student is assigned a unique identification number. A student is a football player if and only if the identification number is divisible by 4. Whereas a student is a cricketer if and only if the identification number is divisible by 6. If every number from 1 to 100 is assigned to a student, then how many of them play cricket as well as football? Okay. So they are saying a student plays football if the identification number that has been allocated to him is divisible by 4. Okay. And another student is a cricketer if the identification number that is allocated to him is divisible by 6. And they are saying if every number from 1 to 100 is assigned to students, okay, then how many of them play cricket as well as football? This is the thing. I hope you understood. So options are A4, B8, C10, and D12. Okay. So time's up. Now let us see the solution to this question. Okay. I hope you understood the question. So Okay, so someone has responded. Okay, so screen I have made like 1.5 minute roughly. Okay, so okay, so Ashit has responded with B, and B is the right answer to this question. Okay, so here formula of LCM will be used. So let us understand how. Here they are saying if a student has to play both cricket and football, then his or her identification number must be divisible by both 4 and 6, because a person who plays only football, they are saying it must be divisible by so let us revisit the question again. Okay, so if say if a student is football player, then the identification number must be divisible by 4, and and that student is cricketer, then identification number must be divisible by 6. So they are saying that if a student is both football as well as cricket player, then the identification number must be divisible by both 4 and 6. So how do we calculate this? We just need to calculate the LCM of 4 and 6. How do we calculate the LCM? So many of you may have forgotten those formulas. Okay, so 4, 6. We'll draw a line. We will divide it by the number. So 2, 3. Again we will divide. Okay, 2. So 1 comma 3. Again we will divide by 3. Okay, 1 comma 1. So so that's how we get this particular thing. Okay, so this is 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, so like we just need to multiply these numbers, it will give us 12. Okay, so LCM of 4 and 6 is 12, and there are 8 multiples of 12. Means like if we count the table of 12, so 12 into 1, 12, 12 into 2, 24, like that. So up to 96 we will get. So there are 8 multiples of 12 between 1 and 100. These are 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, and 96. Okay. So there are 8 students who play both cricket and football. Okay. So this is the solution to that question. So now I'm moving like to the next question. Okay. So next question will be displayed to you. You will have roughly 1.5 minutes to respond to that question. Ashit has responded with B. Other people also, please respond to this question. Be quick in solving. Okay, friends, time's up. Time is up for this question. So we will see the solution to this question now. It was very easy question. Okay, so they are saying that our runner was crossing the 12-kilometer mark. She was informed that she had completed only 80% of the race. Means when the runner has completed, 12 kilometers, so she has completed only 80% of the race. Means let's consider if the total race that she has do or she has to cover is, let's consider, is X. So like 80% of X, 80% of X will be equal to 12. Okay, so this is 80 upon 100 into X will be equal to 12. Okay, so X will be equal to 12 into 100 divided by 80. Okay, so 0 can be cancelled, and this is like 2 times. Okay, this is 3 like that. Okay, 4 3s are 12 and 4 2s are this, and this can be again done by 5 times, so this comes out to be 15. Okay, so X is 15. So answer to this question is B. Okay, answer to this question is B. What we have understood, that the complete track that the runner has to cover, let's consider this is the track that the runner is covering. So if the length of the complete track is X, so like 80% of X is 12, it is given. Okay, 80% of X, how do we calculate percentage of anything? It is 80 upon 100 into X. Okay, so X will be equal to like this, we will do cross multiplication, 100 into 12 divided by 80. So it will come out to be 15. So answer is 15, which is B, and Ashid has responded with the right answer to this question. Okay, so let the total length of the race be 100 kilometer. Race means the total length of the track. Okay, track along which the runner is running. So they have considered the total length of the track. Let's consider this is the track. Okay, total length of the track is X. Okay, like that. So 80% of X is equal to 12. 80 upon 100 into X equal to 12. So X equals to 100, 12 into 100. So we have done cross multiplication like that. Okay. So X comes out to be 15. So the runner was supposed to run 15 kilometer in this event. Okay. So now let us move to the next question quickly. Okay. So you have again roughly 1.5 minutes to respond to this question. Okay, we got a response on this question also. Ashid has responded with A. Okay, so this question is also very simple. I hope you may have got the got the crux of this question again. So this question reads that Raju has This question reads that Raju has rupees 9,000 with him, and he wants to buy a mobile handset, but he finds that he has only 75% of the amount required to buy the handset. Okay, therefore he borrows rupees 2,000 from a friend. Then they are giving 4 options. Raju still does not have enough amount to buy the handset. B. Raju has exactly the same amount as required to buy the handset. C. Raju has enough amount to buy the handset and he will have rupees 500 with him after buying the handset. D. Raju has enough amount to buy the handset and he will have rupees 1,000 with him after buying the headset. So a lot of options are given. We just need to understand the crux of this question. What is the question? Raju has, you know, like 9,000 with him. Okay, and he wants to buy a mobile handset. Okay, let's consider that the cost or the price of the mobile handset. Okay, let's consider that price of the mobile handset be rupees X. So the thing is, Raju has only 75% of X. Okay, 75% of X is equal to 9,000 rupees. Okay, Raju has only 75% of the price of mobile. Okay, so X is, we have just let that like price of mobile. Okay, just a minute. Okay, we have just let that the price of mobile handset. Okay, price of mobile handset be, price of mobile handset be X, we have considered. So 75% of X, he has only 75% of the price of the mobile phone. So 75% of X is equal to 9,000, he has 9,000. So how do we calculate the value of X? So 75 upon 100 into X will be equal to 9,000. Okay, so how do we calculate X? X will be equal to 9,000 into 100 upon 75. Okay, this upon means whole upon. Okay, so like here 25 3 ja 75, 25 4 ja 100. Okay, so then 3 3 ja, okay, 3 3 ja means like 9. So this is the thing. So X will be equal to 3,000 into 4. Value of X is equal to 12,000. Okay, value of X is 12,000, means the price of the mobile handset is rupees 12,000, but Raju has only 9,000. So how much more money he needs? He needs 3,000 more to buy the handset, but he borrows only 2,000 from a friend. Okay, so Raju has 9,000 with him. He's buying, like borrowing 2,000 from friend. So effectively Raju has 11,000 rupees with him, but the price of the handset is 12,000. So the thing is, Raju still does not have enough amount to buy the handset. Okay, so the thing is, correct answer to this question will be A. Okay, this question was asked in UPSC paper 2019. Okay, so all the questions that we are solving is from 2019 itself. Okay, so they are saying let the price of handset be rupees X. So 75 upon 100 into X is equal to 9,000. So X is equal to 12,000. After borrowing 2,000, Raju has 9,000 plus 2,000, which is equal to 11,000. So Raju still does not have enough amount to buy the handset. Simple. Okay, so A is the right answer. So now I'm displaying the next question to you. Okay, you will have roughly 1.5 minutes to respond to that question. Okay, so the thing is, within that 1.5 minutes, try to answer that question and mark your response on the chat box. You can respond on the chat box with your answer. So I'm showing the next question on your screen. Okay. Okay, so answer is displayed on the screen again after 1.5 minutes. Okay, so two people had responded on time. They are Ashif responded with B, Gagan responded with A. So Ashif's answer was right. So let us see the solution. Okay, let us revisit the question. I'll read the question for you again. Okay, so that like you have a proper understanding of this question. So they are saying in 2002, Minu's age was 1/3 of the age of Mira. Okay, whereas in 2010, Minu's age was half of the age of Mira. What is Minu's year of birth? Okay, so here we need to find out Minu's year of birth. So there are two people like in this question. They have a, okay. So this is the with reference to age related problems. Okay, so Minu, so one person is Minu. Let's consider her age in 2002 is X, and like Mira's age, okay, in 2002, let's consider is Y. Okay, so we are taking with reference to 2002. So Minu's age was 1/3 of the age of Mira in 2002. When we consider in the year 2002, Minu's age was one third of the age of Mira. This was the equation, right, in 2002. Whereas in 2008, Minu's age was half of the age of Mira. So this is 2002. If we talk about 2008, okay, 2010, sorry, 2010. How many years will be there from 2002 to 2010? 8 years. Okay. So simply like here, after 8 years, Minu's age will be X plus 8. Okay, in 2010, her age will be X plus 8, and Mira's age will be Y plus 8. Mira's age will be Y plus 8. But now the equation has changed. Minu's age was half of the age of Mira. Okay, Minu's age was half of the age of Mira, like that. So this is the equation. So the thing is, X plus 8 will be equal to Y upon 2 plus 8 upon 2. 8 upon 2 is 4. Okay, so here we will come across an equation where X minus Y upon 2 will be equal to, so we can send it to the right. If we send it to the right, it will become negative. So 4 minus 8. Okay, so the thing is, this equation will turn out to be X minus Y upon 2 is equal to minus 4. This is equation number 2. We have two equations. Now from equation 1, what we can get, X, y, value of Y will be equal to 3x. If we put the value of Y to be 3x over here in this equation, from equation 1 to equation 2, if we put it like this, so here, so you know, X minus, so we are substituting the value of Y equal to 3x from equation 1 in equation 2. So X minus, okay, in place of Y, we can write down 3x upon 2 equal to minus 4. Okay, so you know, like we can multiply it, so it will become 2x minus 3x upon 2 equal to minus 4. Okay, so subsequently, if we solve it further, okay, so some controls are being shown on my screen, so I'll be moving. Okay, so from here, 2x minus 3x will simply give us minus x. Okay, 2x minus 3x minus x is equal to minus 8. So simply x is equal to 8. It simply means that Minu's age in 2002 was 8 years. Okay, Minu's age in 2002 was 8 years. So what they are asking what is Minu's year of birth. Okay, year of birth means in 2002 her age was like 8 years. So the thing is, her year of birth, like from 2002, what we need to do, 2002 minus 8, if we do, we will get the year of birth. Okay, so this is like this will be 19, I guess 90, so 1996 if I'm not wrong. Okay, 1996. Okay, let us see, just a minute. Okay, so let us see the solution to this question. 2002 minus 8. Okay, so like sorry, it will be like, you know, just a minute, let me see the solution to this question. 2002, okay, minus 8. Someone has responded to this. Actually, I tried substituting the options. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so I hope you understood. From 2002 we have to just subtract 8. Okay, so from 2000, if we subtract 6, we will get like 1994. Okay, so sorry, so answer is 1994. Okay, so answer is 1994. So correct answer to this question will be B. Okay. So from here we need to just subtract this value and we will get to the answer which is B. Okay. So the thing is here what we have to do. Let us see the solution over here. So let in 2002 they are considering, let in 2002 Minu's age be X and Mira's age be Y. So here whatever equation that they have written is with respect to 2002. X equals to 1 upon 3 into Y, means Minu's age is 1/3 of the age of Mira. This is equation number 1. In 2010, that is after 8 years, okay, 2002 to 2010, after 8 years. So X plus 8 will be like, Minu's age is half of the age of Mira. So half into age of Mira. Age of Mira in 2010 will be Y plus 8. So again, they have solved this equation. They have substituted the value from equation 1 to equation 2 and they came across that X equal to 8. It means like in 2002, Minu's age was 8 years and Minu's year of birth is like 2002 minus 8 is 1994 simply. Okay, B is the right answer. So let us move to the next question now. You again have 1.5 minutes to respond to this question. Be quick. Okay, so time's up. So the question is, Rakesh and Rajesh together bought 10 balls and 10 rackets. Rakesh spent 1300 and Rajesh spent 1500. If each racket cost 3 times a ball does, then what is the price of a racket? So one person has responded to this question. Ashit, okay, he has responded with C. So let us see. If each racket cost 3 times a ball does, then what is the price of a racket? So they are asking like what is the price of the racket? So we will see the solution to this question quickly. Okay. So they are saying that let the cost of each ball is rupees X, then the cost of each racket is 3X. Okay. So how? They are saying if each racket costs 3 times the 3 times a ball does. So here what they are considering the cost of a ball to be rupees X, then cost of a racket, okay, cost of a racket will be 3X. Okay, this will be the like initial equation. So now they are asking about what is the price of a racket. Okay, so they are asking the value of 3X. They are asking what is the value of 3X, means like what is the price of a racket. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to find out the value of 3X. Let us see. They are saying let the cost of a ball is rupees X, then the cost of a racket is rupees 3X. According to the question, okay, so according to the question, what they are saying that they have purchased 10 balls, okay, 10 balls. The price of 10 balls will be, price of one ball is rupees X, price of 10 balls will be 10 into X, okay, will be 10X. Then price of price of one racket is 3X, and there are 10 rackets, so 10 into 3X will be there, and total price is 1300, okay, plus 1500, means like 10 balls, this is the total price of 10 balls, this is the total price of 10 rackets. So if we solve this equation, so it will be 10X plus 30X will be equal to 1300 plus 1500, so it is 2800. Okay, 2800. So 10x plus 30x, it means 40x is equal to 2800. Okay, so 0 can be cancelled over here. If you want to calculate the value of x, so this is 7. Okay, so like value of x will be so if I write a simpler equation for you guys, 280 upon 4. Okay, 4 7 jar 28, so it will be 70. Okay, so value of x is 70. So value of x is 70. So this is the price of a, this is the price of a ball. This is the price of a ball. What we need to calculate? We need to calculate the price of a racket. So we have already considered that the price of the racket is 3x. So price of a racket, if we talk about price of a racket, okay, it will be 3x, means 3 into 70. Okay, it is 210. This is the answer. Okay, so C is the answer. So here C is the answer. So this is the solution that is there. I'll be sharing this PDF with you. Okay, so no need to worry. Let us move to the next question. Okay, so this is another question. You again have 1.5 minutes to respond to this question, and the discussion may get terminated within 1.5 minutes itself. If it gets terminated, we can reassemble again. You can join me again by clicking on the same link, then we will discuss the solution to this question. Okay.